Here's what's happening in the city of Rockville. We'll recap one of the city's favorite festivals, show you how Rockville kids are getting ready for the school year, and wrap up a great summer in the city. This is all the latest news in the city. This is Rock 11 Now. Hello and welcome to the September edition of Rock 11 Now. I'm your host, Morgan Lash. Rockville's fiscal year 2014 annual report has been released, and it's filled with city statistics, funding information, and fun facts about the city. We'll give you the highlights of the report and an exclusive interview with City Manager Barb Matthews. Here's the story.
The City of Rockville has a deep commitment to citizen-centric public service. Each fiscal year, under the leadership of the Mayor and Council, the city staff produces an annual report to share with the community how successful they have been as stewards for the city during the previous year.
I think there's a lot of things that I'm very proud of, but I think the one that jumps out at me is working together to keep the city fiscally strong. We were able to keep the property tax rate even for the 7th year in a row. And during FY14, we had our AAA bond rating reaffirmed. That may not mean a lot to many people, but what it basically means is that it helped us keep our interest rates low when we borrow money. And if we're not spending as much on interest, it allows us to invest even more in our infrastructure and in our community.
The city is striving for success in those areas that the Mayor and Council agreed on at their winter retreat: effective city service delivery, good governance, livable neighborhoods, fiscal responsibility, a well-planned community, engaged residents, responsible economic development, and stewardship of infrastructure. These represent what the city will look like when the Mayor and Council achieve their shared vision.
Our Mayor and Council have a vision for making Rockville an even better place to live, work, and play in than it is right now. We made some major investments in infrastructure, including water, sewer, roads, sidewalks, and we were also involved in advocating for state school funding, which I know is very important to our community.
As stewards of the city's infrastructure, the Mayor and Council have targeted improvements to the King Farm farmstead as one of their top priorities. In fiscal year 14, they commissioned a study to determine what improvements are needed to rehabilitate the property. For the first time this year, the annual report looks ahead to fiscal year 15, highlighting what's coming up on this and other important projects in the city.
Well, it's going to be a pretty busy year in FY15. A couple of things that come to mind is we'll be working with the Mayor and Council to involve the community in a special documentary about Rockville. It'll be referred to as Our Town, and we're working with Maryland Public Television to do that. We'll also be supporting the Mayor and Council in engaging the community in discussions concerning the Rockville Pike plan. We recently worked through the public engagement schedule with the Mayor and Council, and there'll be many opportunities through the public hearing process, work sessions, and town hall meetings for the community to get involved. So I encourage everyone to do that. We'll also be completing a study on services that we have available for seniors. One of the things that the Mayor and Council are very concerned about is that we don't have any service gaps. And as we always do, we'll be supporting the Mayor and Council in advocating for priorities that are important to the Rockville community. As I mentioned before, those include funding for schools. We'll be collaborating with Montgomery County on that. And certainly we'll be arguing for increased funding for road maintenance as we have for many, many years.
For more information about ways that the Mayor and Council and city employees made life in Rockville better, read the annual report inside September's Rockville Reports, delivered to your home or online at www.rockvillemd.gov/Rockville Reports.
Rockville was recently recognized by the Environmental Protection Agency as a leading green power user. Green power is electricity that's generated from an environmentally friendly renewable resource, such as wind, solar, or geothermal. Rockville uses 16 million kilowatt hours of green power annually, placing us at number 26 of the EPA's top 30 local government green power users. Rockville kids had a blast at this year's Back to School Jam. I stopped by to check out some of the fun and catch up with the team that helps put this event on every year.
Can't you feel the excitement? Can you see the sparkles in the eyes? Anytime you're doing community outreach, it's a great thing.
Today is our 14th annual Back to School Jam, in which we get backpacks for the community. We hand out to students of Rockville or residents of Rockville. And we basically get supplies and backpacks from people who donate, or we purchase them and then hand them to the kids who need them for the upcoming school year.
Donations gathered from Rockville residents, businesses, and the event sponsors helped to ensure that over 400 backpacks were delivered to kids in need.
It definitely affects the kids in a sense that it gets them prepared. It provides them with some of the tools they need to get started for the upcoming school year. Plus, they're just excited because they're receiving something that can help them.
And Rockville families are thankful for the help.
I mean, it's good because a lot of kids around here really need it, so it's much needed help, and it's a chance to get to meet your neighbors, so it's a good thing.
Although the Back to School Jam has been helping families for the past 14 years, this year brought something new to the table.
What we try to do this year is bridge the gap between community, home, and school this year. So the vendors that we have basically are community organizations that help families as well. So we improved in that area, just trying to provide more information.
Vendors lined the walls of the community center, providing information ranging from after-school sports programs to healthcare assistance to anti-bullying campaigns. This year proved to be a huge success. That doesn't mean the community center isn't ready to start thinking about next year's Back to School Jam.
Of course, next year we love more donations, whether it's monetary or just, providing a backpack or supplies for kids. We also would love to have more community organizations come and, be a vendor at the event. We could also use just the support of more sponsors, even if they just want to, come and help stuff the night before or have a table. So we're always, looking for help and sponsors. So if anyone wants to come, feel free to contact us next year.
With all of the community support, it's safe to say that Rockville kids are ready for the school year. For Rockville 11, I'm Morgan Lash. Maryland Public Television's hit series Our Town is coming to Rockville. This series will showcase the beautiful city through the eyes of our community members and work to tell Rockville's story. The film will feature Rockville landmarks, favorite local restaurants, and people from our city's diverse communities answering the question, what makes Rockville special to you? We're encouraging you to get involved with the film by attending a story conference at the Rockville Senior Center Saturday, September 20th from 9:30 a.m. to noon. If you plan on attending, please RSVP to ourtown@rockvillemd.gov. Community members in Rockville Police joined forces last month in a fight against crime for National Night Out. Rockville 11's Katie Giardi stopped by some of the block parties to catch up with Rockville neighbors and city officials.
I'm Rockville 11's Katie Giardi, and it's a great night out here in Rockville where the community has come together to tell criminals they're fighting back.
It's National Night Out! Woo!
There were more than 30 block parties around Rockville on August 5th to celebrate National Night Out.
It started out as a fight against crime to show that the streets belong to the citizens. It's really turned into that and much more of people getting to know their neighbors again.
Residents took a break from their busy lives to build closer relationships in their communities.
We have 5 new families living within a few blocks of us, and we thought this would be a nice way for them to get together with each other.
It's really fun to see the neighborhood changing and turning over and new life in the neighborhood.
Community is important. It really is.
Yes, it is.
And this offers us a chance to meet new neighbors and just catch up.
And there was plenty of fun for the whole family.
People are coming out to gather, have picnics, barbecues, children go on moonbound, swimming pool events, and just generally stay-at-home evening, staycation type evening, everyone having a good time together. And it's an absolutely gorgeous evening, perfect for people to gather.
Police officers and council members took to the streets to visit residents around Rockville. They say a close-knit community is a great way to prevent crime.
As the police always say, if you see something, say something. And the better that you know your neighbors and you know what's going on in your neighborhood, it's easier to tell if something's amiss.
This is our night to fight against crime, get to know each other so that we know if there's a strange person in the neighborhood, then that person doesn't belong here.
All the council members, like Tom Moore, were grateful to get a chance to talk with residents from all over the city.
Rockville is its neighborhoods, and to the extent that we are strong cities because we have strong neighborhoods like this. And so there's probably about 35 of these parties out here tonight, and we're trying to zip around and get to as many as we can. But it's great to meet new folks, to see old friends, and to touch every corner of the city.
East Rockville resident Patricia Dubroff says the city does a great job of putting together National Night Out.
They support us so well. They send out the letter. Now we're actually on email with each other, which is great. They help with printing flyers. They drop off the cones. They come by with treats for the kids. I mean, this is what we pay our taxes for.
For Rockville 11, I'm Katie Giardi.
Do you have a friend, family member, or neighbor who has made a significant contribution to their community this year? Nominate them for the 2014 Rockville Good Neighbor Awards. The city's annual Good Neighbor Awards recognizes the ongoing efforts of Rockville residents who are making exceptional contributions to improve the quality of life right here in Rockville. Nominees can be of any age, but they must be a resident of the City of Rockville, and they must not be employed by the City of Rockville. The deadline for nominations is October 1st. For more information, contact Rocio Snowdy at rsnowdy@rockvillemd.gov. For this month's Boards and Commissions profile, we'll introduce you to Rockville Housing Enterprises, a group dedicated to providing quality, affordable housing in the city for low-income residents.
The Rockville Housing Enterprises mission is to increase the overall supply of affordable housing in the City of Rockville and be an innovative affordable housing agency that helps move families towards self-sufficiency.
Rockville Housing Enterprise is a 5-member board appointed by the Mayor and Council with the purpose of investigating the need for building and administering public housing in the city.
Well, Rockville Housing Enterprises serves the low-income families of the City of Rockville. And Rockville has one of the highest rents in Montgomery County. So it's important for families that work in the City of Rockville be able to afford a place to live here.
Rockville Housing Enterprises has grown substantially since its development in 1959.
When I first started working for the city, I became quickly aware that there's a definite need for affordable housing. I mean, this was 40-some years ago. Rockville Housing Enterprises has made incredible steps forward. I mean, it was started out as a conventional little housing authority with less than 80 units of the old-fashioned public housing, and gradually has grown into an affordable housing agency.
Today, Rockville Housing Enterprises owns and operates public housing and affordable housing units across the city.
We have 56 units that we own and manage in the King Farm and Falls Grove area, and we also purchased the Fireside Park Apartments.
We at Rockville Housing have accomplished a lot. All of this is to help people that need help.
This growth is largely due to its passionate committee members and volunteers.
Being a volunteer at Rockville Housing Enterprises will allow you to help those that work very, very hard but just don't make enough money to afford a really decent, safe, affordable place to live.
If you're interested in volunteering with the city through a board and commission, go to the city's website, rockvillemd.gov, and search boards and commissions. To learn more about Rockville Housing Enterprises, go to rockvillehe.org. Rockville was recently named a top Let's Move city in the United States. The Let's Move initiative was created by First Lady Michelle Obama and is dedicated to help solving the childhood obesity epidemic within a generation. Rockville earned gold medals in 5 categories, including promoting nutrition and physical activity in early education settings, displaying healthy meal guidelines in county venues, expanding access to school meal programs, implementing sustainable food service guidelines, and increasing opportunities for physical activity in Rockville schools.
The recent recognition that Rockville received as a healthy community is partially a recognition of the years and years of commitment to healthy eating and healthy activities for kids, but also it's reflective of our current increase and continued effort to enhance those sorts of opportunities for kids. Not just kids, but entire families. But from healthy eating opportunities, things like the farmers market, to opportunities to be active and out in the community.
To learn more about the Let's Move initiative and Rockville's accomplishments, visit www.healthycommunitieshealthyfuture.org. The Mayor and Council will hold hearings beginning later this month on a draft of Rockville's Pike Plan. Residents are invited to learn about and weigh in on the City Planning Commission's draft plan. We'll tell you the hearing schedule and give you an inside look at the Pike Plan draft.
The Mayor and Council are currently reviewing Rockville's Pike Plan to develop the future of the Pike Corridor.
Rockville's Pike Plan is an amendment to the city's comprehensive master plan. It's a proposed amendment. It covers a stretch of Rockville Pike Corridor from Richard Montgomery Drive down to the city's southern border, just south of Rollins Avenue. The last master plan for this area was done in 1989, so we're definitely due for an update. There's more people moving into this area, there's more traffic, there are major changes going on to our south in the White Flint area. So we need a plan that can help us address those changes and manage change within our Pike Plan area, as well as respond to changes that are occurring outside of the area, and make the Pike Corridor just a better place to live, to work, to shop, to move around in.
The next step is for the Mayor and Council to review the Planning Commission's draft of the plan.
The plan's been with the Planning Commission for the last 3 years. The Planning Commission kind of wrapped up and issued their draft in June of 2014. The Mayor and Council is now reviewing the Planning Commission's draft. They received a staff presentation on July 21st, which is available on our website for anyone to view. And they'll be following up over the fall with public hearings and with work sessions.
City staff and the Mayor and Council are encouraging residents to get involved.
First of all, read the plan. It's available on our website. If you don't want to invest yourself in reading the entire plan, at least read the executive summary. Then next, we would like you to submit your comments. The public record's been open since July 14th, or you can come to one of the public hearings that the Mayor and Council will be holding in the fall. In addition, staff plans to attend a lot of community and neighborhood meetings over the fall months, where we can discuss the plan and answer people's questions.
You can read the plan at one of several locations around the city, or simply view it online.
The draft plan is available on our website, www.rockvillemd.gov/Rockville'sPike. We also have hard copies available at the Twin Brook and Rockville libraries, at City Hall, and at all of our community centers.
If you'd like to come out to a public hearing to voice your opinion, there are plenty of upcoming opportunities.
The first public hearing is September 29th, to be followed by October 27th, November 17th, and December 8th. Those are all Mayor and Council Monday night meetings that take place in the Mayor and Council chambers. They start at 7 o'clock.
Most of all, the city wants residents to know your input is important.
This plan is going to dictate policy for the corridor for the next 20 to 25 years. So people really need to give their input now to the Mayor and Council. Mayor and Council will be giving their comments back to the Planning Commission. So it's important to get involved now.
For more information on Rockville's Pike Plan, you can attend an open house hosted by the Mayor and Council on September 16th from 7 to 9 p.m. in the Mayor and Council chamber, or contact Cindy Keba at ckeba@rockvillemd.gov.
Rockville residents relaxed and let themselves unwind at last month's Uncorked Festival. Hundreds gathered in Rockville Town Square, but don't worry if you missed it. We've got the full recap right here.
I'm Rockville 11's Katie Giardi, and it's a rainy day out here in the city, but luckily that's not the only thing that's been pouring here at the Uncorked Wine and Music Festival.
The rain couldn't stop the fun at the 2014 Uncorked Wine and Music Festival on August 23rd.
This is the 8th year that we've had this festival, and we were hoping for sunny weather, but of course it's raining, but that's not dampening our spirits. Everybody's having fun, dancing around, and enjoying the music and the great wine that Maryland has to offer.
The event took over Rockville Town Square, where there was food, music, and of course, wine.
So every year we get different wineries that like to come out. This year we have 15 different wineries from around Maryland. We also have 2 stages of music with 6 bands, and then we also have local chefs from the local area come out and do cooking demonstrations.
Visitors had plenty of fun to fill their day.
This is our first time here, and I think it's great. The weather actually didn't keep people away, and that's fantastic. So I think it's really good. So hopefully we'll come next year as well.
You know, the music's good, the wine is tasty, and enjoying some of the local food around here.
If you missed this year's festival, don't worry, there's always next year.
It's a fun event. It's a great way to wind up the summer and just come out and you see so many people from your community and just sample the wine and listen to the music and just have fun.
For Rockville 11, I'm Katie Giardi.
It was a summer full of playgrounds, camps, festivals, and activities here in Rockville. As always, the city provided a summer to remember for both kids and adults. Here's some of the best and biggest moments of summer 2014.
It really does your soul good to come and hear live music, and in fact it's scientifically proven that it does your cells good in your body.
Ties us together. I mean, this is what all these events do, like hometown holidays and all the other events we have. It brings us together as a community. You get to see your neighbors out here. You get to walk through parts of the city you might not have seen before. It's what makes us a real place to be. Going back to the old.
You know, I think it speaks to who we are as a city. We're a city of people and neighbors, and everybody coming together tonight to celebrate being in Rockville it's just wonderful.
You know, I feel like skateboarding is a good community, help lift you up, you know what I mean? If you can't fit in anywhere else, we'll take it.
If you want a fun-filled day where you can just forget your office, forget the daily stresses of life, come to Rockville to play and to see how we put on a great day.
That's all the time we have for this month's Rock 11 Now. I'm your host, Morgan Lash. Be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter @Rockville11, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for exclusive web content. On behalf of the entire team here at Rockville 11, thanks for watching.